Wow, another crazy week with the matchups. Another majority of them going neck to neck. What's up, guys? We are back with another full count fantasy baseball video. This one's coming a little late with the weekend recap, but needless to say, it's another week. It was another week in week 11 of tight matchups. One or two that were a couple runaways, but man, it's crazy how competitive this league is, and so much so that Sunday is becoming like what I dubbed in the group meeting Showcase Sunday. So let's keep it up. The standings as it goes right now, me and Justin are tied for first, and let's see. I've never seen since I played in this league how crucial ties are in your record standings, but ties are what's keeping people. It's a half game difference in the standings. So again, me and Justin tied for 1 and 2, and a half game behind us are Carlos, Joe, Moy, Adam, and Eric by a half game. 1 through 7 are separated by a half game. Man, that's crazy. And then finishing off the top 10, 8 Dale, 9 AJ, and 10 Ray. And Ray's only 3 games back. And we're just past halfway. So it's great stuff, guys. Looking at last week's matchup, I won by a narrow margin of 1 point. Justin by 3, but categories were neck and neck. He luckily had Paxton to go on the bump for him to get him that win. Joe closed out AJ. Margins were close up until Sunday, and he kind of broke away. Ray won the battle of him and Efren by 1 point. Moy and Chewy, the cousins, were that was the runaway one. David narrowly beat Alejandro by 1 point based on a start that Quintana, that was crazy. The last start of the week. And then Carlos narrowly beat Adam by 1 point. So these matchups every week are just getting better. And like I said, it just speaks to the competitive nature of this league, the skill of the people managing their teams. And it's really, me personally, going by my records and my last few matchups, everything has been neck to neck. I've tied in one. I've won by 1 or 2 points in my matchups. It just comes down to Sunday every week, and that's what makes it fun. So the road to the playoffs is going to be all over the place. I can just see people going up and down with a half game margin of 1 through whatever, if it was 1 through 7. The standings are going to be all over the place. So the final 6 are going to come down, I think, to the last week. Week 21 is going to determine every one of the playoffs. If the earliest I think people will solidify a playoff spot is maybe week. If those 7 start separating themselves from the other 7, then that's a different circumstance, and then the playoff spots might clinch earlier. But considering that even 8 through 10, 8, 9, 10 are still in it. So, and if 11, 12, 13, 14 can start getting some wins, they're right in it too. So playoff clinching spots back in the day would be clinched 3 weeks ahead. I don't see that happening. Maybe one team will clinch a couple weeks early. But last week is really showing another what's really showing is that you can have a amazing week and still lose because the person you're playing is having an amazing week. So I'm watching Strike Zone right now, getting this video recorded on Tuesday, and I'm gonna have it posted tonight, hopefully in the next couple hours. And yeah, so another awesome week. The matchup what I'm noticing with the matchups is that, and what I heard on MLB is offense has been just off the chain in baseball. I mean, these offensive stats these last 2-3 weeks for teams have been nuts, like averaging 70 plus hits. Like we would average in the high 50s, maybe low 60s last year, and like I'm looking like 72 hits, 73 hits, 15 home runs, 12 home runs. You know, and pitching is what I think will come later, because I think offense will slow down when you get into, you know, July and August. But damn, man, offense has been nuts. So again, a great week of matchups. I told you where the standings are right now. I wouldn't be surprised if they completely flip next by the end of this week. We're in week 12 now, and I want to give props to those teams that have just continued to set their lineups and stay competitive. And shout out to Justin. You're coming in your first year and just tied for first place now. So shout out to all those people in the top 7 and those who are continuing to play hard. You still got a great shot with the way these standings are going and the way these matchups go. So great stuff, guys. I will see you on the next one. Enjoy week 12. Later.